A banner with the inscription Happy Valentine's hangs at the entrance of Langata Women's Prison, perhaps a message from those inside to the outside world, or even to their loved ones making a trip to the facility. Among those inside is Dr. Daisy Korir, a Kenyan Medical Practitioners Union official, sentenced to serve a month in jail for contempt of court. The Orange Democratic Movement MPs visited, bearing gifts to show their solidarity. Others serving the second day in jail are Dr. Ouma Oluga, whom initial reports indicated was at the committee maximum prison, Dr. Evelyn Chege, who reports suggest is being held at the Machakos prison, Dr. Mwachonda Chibanzi, who is said to be at the Athi River prison, Dr. Samuel Oroko, who is allegedly being held at the Kajiado prison, Dr. Alan Ochanji, who was last seen at the committee prison before being redeployed elsewhere, and Dr. Titus Ondoro, who was last seen at the committee before being transferred elsewhere. Their fellow doctors have today taken to social media to protest their jailing, reminding Kenyans of many instances where arrest warrants have been ignored and those found guilty of contempt have simply ignored the courts. These cases involve government functionaries who have blatantly disobeyed the orders and continue with business as usual. Top on the list is the CES Interior Joseph Nkaiseri, who in August 2015 bypassed the courts and oversaw the blowing up of a yacht in Mombasa that had about 370 kilograms of heroin. The courts had said the drugs will be used as evidence. He gladly disregarded the order and defended the action. President Kenyatta was also at the coast to witness the destruction of the ship at a time the war on drugs was at its peak. Last year, Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibisho failed to appear in court on several occasions before an arrest warrant was issued. The court wanted him to explain why a torture victim, Michael Mahugu, had not been compensated 13 years later. Justice George Odunga had sentenced Kibisho to 3 months in jail, but it was never effected. To date, he continues to walk a free man. Mutea Iringo, who served as Principal Secretary in the Interior Ministry, was a man under siege in July 2014 for not appearing before court after he failed to effect a payment of 31 million shillings to a Tanzanian businessman, James Alfred Koroso, who was wrongly prosecuted. 2 arrest warrants had been issued against Iringo, but the Inspector General of Police then could not dare arrest him. The PS was again at the center of another warrant of arrest, this time emanating from failing to effect a payment of over 700,000 shillings to a police officer who had sued for malicious prosecution. The courts went mum on the matter. Other functionaries faced with the contempt of court tag include Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua, Directorate of Criminal Investigations boss Ndegwa Muhoro, and former Central Bank Governor Njogu Nandungu. At the Railway Club Monday evening, a host of doctors who had turned up for a vigil in solidarity with their jailed colleagues were forced to disperse by armed police. No coherent reason was given by police for this action. Doctors say their treatment so far has exposed a system that does not care about the welfare of Kenyans and the health sector in general. They say the system is blinded by the big man mentality. Murithi, NTV.